There are a few reasons why I make content on this channel, and most of them are reasons that nobody I know ever really has for creating content. They're very unique reasons that people don't often use to create content, because most of the time I hear people talk about why they want to create content, and they speak about things like because it is their passion to create nice videos. They want to share their lessons. They want to entertain people. They want to make money. They want to go viral. They want to reach many people, make a lot of money, I don't know, become successful. For me, the reason why I'm making content on this channel is because, well, there's actually a few reasons, but the biggest reason is because I want to actually track what goes on in my life. I want to talk about things I'm experiencing, both actual experiences that I'm doing with my body and doing things in daily life, but also things I'm thinking and I'm experiencing mentally. And I'm doing this because I want to be able to look back on this later so I can see what I've been up to. And a lot of people don't really do this. They make videos for a specific target audience, or they make videos because they enjoy making videos, but they don't really make videos to be able to look back on them, to see their state of mind, and to be able to learn from themselves and see how much they've changed. You see some people who make videos of their kids when they're growing up, but you don't really see that many people making videos of themselves that much to figure out how they were doing at that time and that kind of thing. The other thing is I want to make content because, or on this channel specifically, I want to make content every day because, firstly, I want to consistently create and make it a habit, and this is something that many people do, obviously. But to build this habit, I'm doing it in a way that many people aren't doing it, where I've struggled in the past with trying to keep up with the schedule, but because there's many things to do and think of, like scripting and trying to make the hook as good as possible, making good thumbnails and titles, and trying to say everything properly and editing, it's a high barrier, or like a lot of effort and a lot of obstacles in your way before you can finally publish the video. And I guess there's also more pressure for yourself to do it right. And what I've decided to do to start off with is literally just think of something I want to talk about and turn on the camera, do no editing, and just talk for as long as I want, with no exact hook, no exact structure that I want to talk in, and no editing and no pressure to say things a certain way. And that way I can do it quickly, I can make sure I do it every day, and once I can get into the rhythm of it more and I have more of a habit for myself, then I can start adding things slowly to this process and start making the videos better. Because I'm not trying to make these videos perform well necessarily. I'm just trying to get them out, get my ideas out, get my thoughts out, and hopefully they resonate with people. But at the same time, I'm also just simply trying to show you, whoever you are, and my future self, what I'm up to, what I'm thinking. And by also doing this every day, by posting every day, I'm getting momentum. And I think that's one of the most important things that I've noticed is having momentum with certain habits and feeling like I'm moving in the right direction. Because, at this time, at this point, for everyone, all you have is the present moment, and you're either moving in a good direction or you're moving in a bad direction. You can't really be stagnant, because oftentimes when you feel like you're being stagnant, you're not moving in a good direction, you're moving in a bad direction. And so by doing this, I'm building momentum for myself. I'm getting better every day, and that's one of my bigger points as well, is that I'm doing this so I can practice speaking to camera every day, practice telling stories every day, practice taking what's in my mind and my thoughts and putting them into words that resonate and that make people want to watch. Practice taking an idea and putting it into a good hook so people start watching and then continue watching. And practice telling a good story, I guess. All of these things are things that I am practicing every day by making a video every day. And there's not much else limiting me. There's not much in the way of me doing that, which makes it so that is mostly the primary focus of every video, is taking the ideas and experiences and thoughts that I have and putting them into words in the best way I can on the spot without thinking about it beforehand, so that I can get better at this and improvising what I'm saying and putting it into words quickly, because this is a very useful skill to have. Whereas many people, when they're making content and making videos, they script out the whole thing, or they have bullet points and they have a very clear idea of the structure of things they're going to say, and they're going to have a good hook. And by just forcing myself to do this every day, I think I will naturally learn how to do that more and more, and it will become quicker and quicker. And I also can implement things I'm learning more and more, and I will start focusing more on the hooks and perhaps the structure of things. But I think this is the most important part right now, is being consistent and posting every day and having as little friction as possible to do that. And at the same time, also building the skill of just being able to improvise what I'm saying and just being able to get my thoughts into words, so that when I do start thinking about how I'm telling my story and how I structure things so that people keep their attention with the video, I am also good at these other skills first, because those, I feel like, are a lot of the essence and the basics and the core of what makes you a good storyteller, even when you do have more of a script in mind. And yes, some people might do it this way, but there's not many. There's a lot of people who do it for different reasons, but I feel like I'm doing it for reasons that are good for me as a person, and in broader life, they're life skills I can use everywhere. Whereas many people, they're doing it for external validation, whether that's from people by getting their attention or by getting their money, or they're doing it just for fun, which is fine. But I thought I'd share this unique approach that I've been taking. So far, it's been quite good. I've only been doing it for about a week, so we'll see if I regret my way of doing things and regret my words, but that's the whole point. I can look back on this, and you can look back on this if you watch this 3 weeks later and see Have I changed my mind about things? Do I look at things differently now? That's the whole point. That's the interesting part. Perhaps this gave you something, maybe it didn't. But feel free to subscribe if you want to follow along, figure out how I'm developing, and at the same time, perhaps this inspires you to start thinking a bit more about how you're living your life and tracking it more, because by doing that, you can really learn a lot about yourself. And it's also very nice to see the progress you're making.